Culture is an entire way of life for a group of people. It defines people, how they act, and what they believe so much that most people don't even notice it. When I think of culture, I like to think about a fish. In a fish bowl, swimming around and looking at what is inside of its bowl. We are surrounded by different cultures and races everywhere you go. Interacting with different cultural backgrounds allow you to understand and appreciate other people's ethnicity. The first culture we're going to discuss is about the kimono of Japan, the traditional clothes of Japanese people.
A kimono is a traditional garment that carries a lot of cultural and historical significance. The meaning of wearing a kimono varies depending on the context, but generally, it is a symbol of respect for tradition, culture, and history. In Japan, the kimono is considered formal attire for special occasions such as weddings, tea ceremonies, and other cultural events. Wearing a kimono in this context shows respect for the traditions and customs of Japanese culture. The color and pattern of the kimono can also convey meaning, with certain colors and designs being associated with specific occasions or seasons.
The next culture that we're going to talk about is the Carnival in Brazil.
Carnival in Brazil is a vibrant and color annual festival celebrated before Lent, typically during February or March. It is known for its extravagant paradise, samba music, and lively street parties that attract millions of participants and tourists. The most famous carnival takes place in Rio de Janeiro, where samba is called complete with elaborate clothes, costume, and performance in the samba ballroom. The event is deeply rooted in Brazilian culture, blending African, Portuguese, and indigenous tradition, and it reflects the country's love for music, dance, and celebration. Carnival is a time of joy, community, and freedom of expression.
Next is the female genital mutilation in Africa.
Across Africa and in various Asian and Middle Eastern countries, female genital mutilation (FGM) is the tradition of removing the female genitals either entirely or in part. Most often practiced on young children, it is a horrific procedure that is illegal in numerous countries around the world. That it continues to be so widespread shows the difficulty of breaking such an ingrained cultural tradition. Female genital mutilation refers to the practice of partially or totally removing the external female genitalia for non-medical reasons. This practice is prevalent in several African countries and is often performed as a cultural or religious ritual.
The next in our list is the pagmamano in Philippines.
Mano o pagmamano is an honoring gesture used in Filipino culture, performed as a sign of respect to elders and as a way of requesting a blessing from the elder. Similar to hand kissing, the person giving the greeting bows towards the hand of the elder and pressing their forehead on the elder's hand. In the Philippines, as in other Southeast Asian countries, paying respect to older people is a tradition passed from generation to generation. In today's program, we talk to Emmanuel Abelos about mano or pagmamano, an honoring gesture performed in Filipino culture as a sign of respect for an elder and a way of requesting a blessing from the elder.
Moving on to the prayers of the Muslims.
It involves the obligatory act of praying 5 times a day at set times and is a direct means of communication with their God Allah. Muslims pray 5 times a day because it was written in the Quran. The next that's believed to be the word of Allah and the sacred scriptures of Islam. Daily prayers provide Muslims with spiritual renewal and a chance to communicate directly with Allah. They also give them a sense of community. Muslims pray just before dawn and midday, in the late part of the afternoon, just after sunset, and between sunset and midnight.
What comes next is the jeepney in Philippines.
One of the distinct objects in Filipino culture is the jeepney. This is the most common mode of public transport in the Philippines. adorned with colorful stickers and hand-paint artworks. Jeepneys have come to symbolize Filipino pride and resilience. Despite challenges like modernization and pollution, jeepneys continue to serve as a cultural icon, representing the everyday struggles and joys of the Filipino people. They are not only a mode of transportation, but also symbolize the Filipino identity, ingenuity, and entrepreneurship.
Next in our list is the long neck culture in Thailand.
Women of the Kainlawi tribe are well known for wearing neck rings, brass curls that are placed around the neck, appearing to lengthen it. Girls first start to wear rings when they are around 5 years old. Over the years, the curl is replaced by a longer one and more turns are added. The Kayan say this custom was originally established to make women less attractive, thereby protecting them from being kidnapped by rival tribes.
Now comes the Holi festival in India.
Holi, also known as the Festival of Color, is a vibrant Hindu festival celebrated primarily in India and Nepal, making the arrival of spring and the triumph of God over evil. It is a joyous occasion where people of all ages come together to throw colorful powder, kulal at each other, symbolizing love, unity, and the diversity of life. Holi transcends social boundaries with participants joyful singing, dancing, and sharing sweets. Holi's celebratory spirit reflects joy, renewal, and the playful embrace of color and life, creating a sense of equality and harmony across diverse communities.
Up next is the dirty ice cream in Philippines.
Minatamis is part of the Filipino table. Similar to desserts, minatamis are sweet treats but can be enjoyed any time of the day. There are many minatamis, the most popular of which are halo-halo, minatamis na saging na saba, and of course, dirty ice cream. Dirty ice cream is a Filipino ice cream that derived its name from being sold in the streets. The flavors usually include cheese, avocado, chocolate, ube, and mango. For Filipinos who grew up in the Philippines, afternoons mean waiting for the sound of a bell rung by Kuya or Manong, a street vendor who peddles dirty ice cream, placed in colorful wooden pushcarts. Inside those pushcarts are different kinds of flavors of sorbetes, also known as dirty ice cream. Flavors usually include tropical fruits and root crops endemic to the Philippines, such as avocado, mango, and ube, but also include chocolate, cheese, cookies, and cream.
Moving on to the food finding in China.
Chinese custom of foot binding, also known as lotus feet, was the Chinese custom of breaking and tightly binding the feet of young girls to change their shape and size, and that it was seen as a mark of feminine beauty and a status symbol, raising marriage prospects.
Here comes the Sinulog Santo Niño Festival in Philippines.
The Sinulog Santo Niño Festival, as known as Sinog and Sulog, is an annual cultural and religious festival held on the third Sunday of January in Cebu, with the center of the activities being in Cebu City, and is the centre of the Santo Niño Christian celebration in the Philippines. For 32 years, the Sinulog Festival is a traditional celebration in Cebu City, held every third Sunday of January to honor the Santo Niño Child Jesus. Basically, the festival is done by a dance ritual in which entails the story of the Filipino pupils, pagan past, and their acceptance or Christianity.
Next that we're going to discuss is the pasta in Italy.
Italians are passionate about many things. Familia, vino, and of course pasta. Its deliciousness, pasta holds a deeper significance. It's woven into the fabric of Italian culture, serving as a symbol of tradition, family, and shared experiences. Spaghetti is a long, thin, solid, cylindrical pasta. It is a staple food of a traditional Italian cuisine. Like other pasta, spaghetti is made of milled wheat, water, and sometimes enriched with vitamins and minerals.
Then comes the fiesta culture in the Philippines.
Fiesta means festival, and they are a renowned tradition of the Philippines. These joyful and grand events are the heart of Filipino culture, held in almost every town and province across the country. Fiesta celebrate patron saint, ethnic tradition, and important milestone for the local people. Filipinos fostering a strong bond among the community and cultivating a deep sense of pride in their culture identity. Through these celebration, Filipinos also express their gratitude, hope, and faith in their patron saint or local hero, seeking blessing for the upcoming year. Overall, the annual festival celebration is an essential part of Filipino culture, representing their religious, cultural, and community values and unity the entire nation in a spirit of celebration, hospitality, and unity. The last but not the least is the Simbang Gabi in Philippines.
During the Christmas season, Filipinos observe a unique tradition called Simbang Gabi. It's a Filipino tradition that consists of the Novena of Masses in honor of the Blessed Mother that begins of December 16 or 15 in the afternoon and concludes on the 24th with the Midnight Mass on Christmas evening. This is a series of 9 dawn masses held from December 16 to 24, leading up to Christmas evening. Attending Simbang Gabi is believed to bring blessings and fulfill wishes. After the Mass, it is customary to enjoy a Filipino breakfast featuring delicacies like bibingka or rice cake and puto bongbong or purple rice cake. Participating in Simbang Gabi allows you to experience the deep religious faith and festive spirit that characterize the Filipino Christmas season.
As we come to the end of this journey through the vibrant culture of our world, we're reminded that there's beauty and wonder in every corner of the globe. As we've seen, culture is not about food, music, and dress. It's about the people, the values, and the way of life that define a community. It's about the stories that are passed down through generations, the traditions that are cherished and preserved, and the contributions that are made to the world. As we close these slideshows, we're left with a sense of awe and appreciation for this diversity of human experience. We are reminded that there's no one right way to live, no one right way to eat, no one right way to celebrate. And yet, despite our differences, we're all connected by our shared humanity.